It's been a little while. Every so often I need to make a video welcoming anyone that's new here to the channel and maybe wondering, where in the hell am I and what is this channel about? Because you may have come here thinking that this is a YouTube fitness channel, and I have to admit the deception is that while we do care about those things, we do talk about those things, and we do share those interests, so they're important to us. It's a part of our lives. It's a lifestyle, valid enough, but that's not really the point of the channel. It's not, if not for the actual point of the channel, that wouldn't be enough for me to do the channel. That wouldn't be my motivation for being here. So it's kind of like bait and switch. While we're going to talk about all that stuff, because you can't just, it's not healthy to really just be dwell on one thing and have this heliocentric type of, I don't know, almost narcissistic type of thing, talking about just being fit and taking care of yourself and eating properly. It's all good stuff, but no matter what you do to take care of the body, I mean, certainly it should elevate your quality of life. Absolutely it should. So it's an investment in you. Maybe you'll be able to hang around a little longer for those that need you, care about you, love you, enjoy your company. Maybe you'll be able to do more things and share more activities with these same people. And you'll just feel better about yourself, and you'll be able to do things more easily. Maybe have a little more longevity perhaps. If not longevity, then maybe at least you'll be able to function more completely and entirely for a longer period of time than you otherwise would. So all that stuff's valid stuff, pretty good, but it's not the real reason that I'm here. We're always going to talk about all that, and it's important to me, but the real reason we're here is because we all hope to become more humane human beings. More humane human beings. And that's pretty much just it. It's pretty much just it. It's very simple. What would a humane being do in this circumstance? The answer to that is pretty much what we would do, or what we would hope to be able to do. And like I've previously said, and will again say, we're not perfect. We're not trying to be perfect. We're not trying to be better than anybody else in particular. We're just trying to be better than we have been previously, or than we are. We're just reaching for more as far as spiritually, just emotionally, just trying to not only worry about the physical outside the shell, which in cases, our spirit or whatever it is that animates us. This is just the vehicle, the vessel, and yeah, it's important, and no crime in enjoying it while you're here. It's yours. Do with as you may. But I think the bigger, more important thing is what the operator inside, what kind of a being is that? That is going to determine the footprint you actually leave. Because we're all going to leave here. None of us are going to make it out of here alive, here. And we're all going to go in the same place, and it's not going to matter what condition you were in, or how muscular you were or were not, or if you were overweight or underweight, or any kind of a disability, other people's terminology that you may have, or whatever's been stacked against you. In the end, everybody's going to be, death is the great equalizer. Death is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter what you've accomplished in the materialistic world. You're not going to buy one more day. Not really. When you go, you go. You can't come back. You're not going to come back. They're not going to reanimate you. I don't see that. Yeah, they can put you on a machine, keep you alive, whatever. Arguments can be made. Let's not get ridiculous. You know what I'm saying. So while we're here, what can we do to take the blinders off and actually relate to other beings with whom we share the planet and other life? Rather than just destroy everything, can we nurture? Can we care for? Can we uplift? and try to spread positivity, positive energy. Surround ourselves with positive energy. It's infectious, it feels good. And to try to offer that to others, to give that to others. It can be anything. You know, we try to practice our 5 daily random acts of kindness. 5 is just a number that's picked out. You know, I figure if you can do 5 a day, if you can strive, again, it's just about the journey, not the destination. If you can strive to commit 5 random acts of kindness every day, if you can remind yourself of it in the morning, if you don't remember it or whatever have you, it is what it is. We're not going to be perfect, okay? We're just trying. You're already ahead of the game if you just try. If you just care and you try, you're ahead of the game. So that can be anything, you know. Like I've said, if you don't hold doors normally for people, which hopefully you do, but in today's world, not everybody does anymore. Just holding a door for somebody when you otherwise might not have thought to do so, or you offer to help someone with their load, their groceries, or their burden, you know, help an infirm person, you know, it sounds corny, but help a little old lady across the street, whatever it might be. Or just go out and just infect people with positivity. Just smile at people, acknowledge people. You know, you see somebody walking around, you know, counting the cracks in the sidewalk like I did when I was a kid, clearly lacking confidence and uncomfortable out in society. Do what you can do to make them feel comfortable, to acknowledge their presence, that they do occupy that space, that they do indeed exist. And say, hey man, how are you? Or how are you doing today? You know, just something like that, all right? You know, just a little thing you might not otherwise think to put yourself out there and do. What's the worst that can happen? Somebody ignore you, somebody just brush you off, so what? I promise you this much, if you just go out and do it, if someone does seem to brush you off, 9 times out of 10, it's because they just don't know how to react or respond to that because it's so rare. Try it for yourself and see how good it feels. See how good it feels to go in someplace and just occupy the space with positivity and just infect everyone around you with it and make people feel better. And again, it can be anything. If you have more than you need, share what you have with somebody that has nothing or has much less, or, you know, whatever you can think of. It's the sky's the limit, you know, to each their own. It can be anything, and none are greater and none are lesser. So, you know, it's all subjective and where you are in life and, you know, what you feel you can do. Simple as that. And that's pretty much what Guerrilla with a Cause means, okay? If you're hungry, I'll give you a sandwich or something to eat. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If you tell me you're hungry, I'm going to feed you. Guaranteed. Try me. Guaranteed. All right? If you shiver and you're cold, I'll give you a blanket. If you don't have any shoes, we'll get you some shoes or some socks and shoes. If you don't have a friend, you know what? If you see this logo, you have a friend. That's a safety zone. That's a person that cares. That's a person putting themselves out there and letting it be known. The back of all of our shirts say, other than the tank tops, all the t-shirts say no bystander on the back. And all that means is you're pronouncing to society or announcing to society that you are not a bystander. You have no intention of being a bystander. You're actively engaged with your fellow human beings. And if you see an injustice occur within your auspice, you know, to each one's own comfort level, you're going to at least point it out and say, hey man, that's not right, or that's not fair. You know, you can't talk to that person that way, or whatever may be appropriate for the situation. That's what that means. And the other good thing is now there are getting to be enough of us out and about, believe it or not, that you may very well see another individual with, you know, Guerrilla with a Cause gear on, and it's an easy way for us to identify each other. It's a person that is trying to be a better person, you know, trying to be better. And I think that that's the way to do it. If you want to change the world, then literally be the change. Not be the change as in a campaign slogan that doesn't really change anything. Be the change. I mean, change it right now. Be what you would like to see in the world. Be the kind of person that you would like to see. You know, if you want to see people be better, treat each other better, care more about each other, if you'd like to live in that world, then be that. Bring that to that world. Bring that to that world. And here we've been making, I think, fantastic progress. I know many of you. I have communicated with many of you. And it's just been a sheer pleasure and a blessing. Now, various people have their own channels. They're smaller satellite channels, smaller for now. They may surpass me, but satellite channels that, you know, guys and gals are out there and they're displaying their Guerrilla with the calls, you know, colors, and they're, you know, there's exchange between them. They're relating and developing relationships, and they're helping each other. They're literally, really, truly helping each other. You know, a brother that didn't have a bench, another brother saw that and got him a bench. No bar, sent him a bar. You know, that's what it's about, looking out for one another, looking out for each other. Another brother that needed a few supplements that he couldn't afford, they show up in the mail, right? Another brother sent them to him, looked out for him. So that's what I'm talking about, to develop this connection, you know, develop this network. It's not just a YouTube channel unless that's all you want it to be. And to me, this is a great opportunity, and I think that everybody should network more. We're everywhere. We're all across the country. We're all around the world. You know, get in touch and find out who's near you. We have chapters all over the place now. We have a strong presence in some states and cities. And we have just phenomenal. We have Brother Kurt in Ohio. He heads up, pretty much heads up the Ohio chapter, and he was actually hit by a dump truck, Ford F-450, and he was pretty much, they'd written him off that he was going to die, and he made it, and he's fallen a long way back. And fast forward to today, recently this year, he set a new state lifting record, powerlifting record, in Ohio. So, you know, Brother Kurt, congratulations to you. We have brothers and sisters all over the place that send me updates, you know, the problems in Texas with the weather and the flooding, the tornadoes and things. Brother Keith and his wife, they gathered up a bunch of supplies and everything else, and, you know, participated in trying to help some of those people out down there. We just have so much. There's people that come from, you know, pretty far away, halfway across the country, to come and train with us and just show up, and that's all I need. I don't care. You don't have to have money. Just be able to support yourself enough that, you know, you can make it out here. I wish that we had the kind of funding that could provide room and board for you and take care of you while you were here. Even I would be totally down with that, but we just don't have those resources. So we train mostly in retro, and if you're bouncing back from an accident or a terrible misfortune, you know, of life, and you're all busted up and you're trying to make a comeback, that's a safe place, man. You can come there, you can train there. You're not going to be ridiculed. You're not going to be, certainly you're not going to be ignored. You're going to be welcomed as family, which you are, as a brother or a sister, and we will help you. We will make time to train with you and to help you. And it's not a money-making thing. It's not anything like that. It's a brotherhood thing. It's Guerrilla with the cause. And so, you know, if you're alone, you're lonely, you're depressed, you're bummed out, well, guess what? I have two lists. I have a list of people that need help, and I have a list of people that are offering to help. And 8 out of 10 times, I can find someone in your area, if you can't travel, that I can connect you with that's been through what you're going through, or is still going through what you're going through, but has found a way that's worked for them to be able to keep on moving forward and progressing. And they have volunteered and offered to assist others. So you're not alone. You don't need to be alone, and you don't need to feel awkward or funny to ask for help, because we're a different kind of thing. It's not, you know, you can see what we're just regular people. We're regular people, man, because these things happen to regular people. And regular people can help regular people. And A lot of that goes on. A lot of that goes on. Brother Joseph, he's here from Italy right now. He came all the way over to the Mayo Clinic to have some surgical repair done structurally. His collarbone and his shoulder, where a prior surgery could not address the problems that he had correctly. You know, it was a very difficult thing. And he come here to have it fixed at the Mayo Clinic, the greatest hospital in the world, arguably. And while he's there, he's contacted me and put me, you know, hooked me up and made me aware of people there that are fighting the good fight and trying to, you know, keep their heads up above water and keep moving through, pushing through. One poor little girl there now that I'm trying to get in touch with. She had cancer a year and a half ago and fought it, made her way through it, beat it, and had a relapse recently. Cancer came back really strong, and you know, she's a fighter. They had to amputate one of her legs now, so she's had a leg removed. And this little girl's only 11 years old, but I mean, just think, she's 11 years old. That's tough stuff. That's some hard stuff for an adult. That's hard stuff. That's hard stuff for an 11-year-old to deal with. And she keeps her head up and keeps pushing through, and she's tough. She's tough. That's a big, powerful spirit inside that little body. And you know, Val and I wanted to go out to the Mayo Clinic, but it's just not, the financial means are just not there. So who knows, maybe one day, who knows, I don't know how, but eventually, what would be really wonderful, of course this is a pipe dream, but what would be really nice is if we could get, there are lots of relatively large, inexpensive pieces of property here in Pennsylvania, especially northern. If we could get a large enough place and have a guerrilla training camp and just have a refuge, a camp, you know, for people, we could just come and train and get better, you know, and everybody could pitch in work-wise. It doesn't have to be about money, because that's not what it's about at all. You know, if you had money to offer to contribute, then you could, and if you didn't, it makes no difference whatsoever. But unfortunately, you know, it takes money. That's the coin of the realm. But the desire's there. We have the people. We have the know-how. We have everything that we need. So, you know, we have the desire. Maybe we will get that one day, achieve that. But that's the kind of thing that it is. So if you've ever been sold short, if you've ever been written off, if you've ever been looked down at, if you've ever been made to feel that you're less than, if you've ever been told, oh, you can't do that, you can't accomplish that, you don't measure up. If you've ever felt that way or been told that way, or we want you, because that every one of us, all of us, that's where we've been. We know what that is. And many of us are well past that, and we want to see you be well past it too. All right, so that's it. That's a brief rundown. I guess it's not so brief rundown of what Guerrilla with a Cause is. I need to start putting more things on the website so that you can go to the website and you can actually see more of what we really are doing and meet more people that are in the midst, that are in the battle. That I don't want to put up on the YouTube channel, which is basically our recruitment tool, because I'm not going to expose these people to ridicule or any of this kind of stuff. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that at all. Me, I don't give two shits about what anybody says about me. I know who I am. I know the real deal. And that just kills some people. You know, it just kills the haters and the busters. You know, real all day long, what you see is exactly what I am. But other people, I'm not going to expose them. I'm not going to put them out there that they would ever have to see any, you know, ignorant remarks written about them, or, you know, just because they look the same, don't talk the same, don't walk the same, whatever it may be. So that's it. That's what Guerrilla with a Cause is. That's where you are. And yeah, we're going to talk about training, and we're going to talk about, you know, building muscle. It's primarily my specialty as far as the bodybuilding aspect goes. We'll talk about all that stuff, and we'll try to have fun once in a while, and I may put up a few things where I think I'm being funny, which I may or may not be. To me it is. It's just stress relief. But let's not lose sight of what the real deal is, what we really have in common more than anything else. And that is our desire just to be better human beings. So take care, have an awesome evening, and pick up the calls, baby. Pick up the calls, man. 5 random Mexicans a day. That's a start anyway. Take care.